In this video, we are going to discuss the multiple choice questions asked in Class 10 CBSE 2025. We'll get started with set 1. The first question is alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial 3x squared plus 6x plus k such that alpha plus alpha beta is equal to minus 2 by 3. Then find the value of k. So we know that alpha plus beta is called the sum of roots and this is called the product of roots. So we have sum of roots plus product of roots, which is equal to minus 2 by 3. So sum of roots is equal to minus b by a, which is minus 6 by 3, which is minus 2, and product of roots is equal to c by a, which is equal to k by 3. So sum of roots is minus 2 plus product of roots is k by 3, which is equal to minus 2 divided by 3. So k by 3 is equal to, or if we can multiply this entire equation with 3, so it becomes minus 6 plus k is equal to minus 2, or k is equal to plus 6 minus 2. So the answer will be 4. 4 is the correct answer for first question. If x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2 is a solution of the pair of linear equations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute x value and y value in place of x and y. So it becomes 2 minus 3 into 2 is 6. So a becomes 4 and 2x plus 3y. So here it becomes 2 plus 3 into 2 is 6 minus b is equal to 0. B is equal to 8. So we have a is equal to, or rather 2a is equal to b, because 2 times of a is 8. 8 is equal to 8. So do we have a relation such as this? Yes, option B is the correct answer. The midpoint of the line segment joining the points P minus 4, 5 and Q 4, 6 lies on. So the midpoint of these 2 points is minus 4 plus 4 divided by 2, which is 0, and 5 plus 6 divided by 2, which is 11 by 2. So 0, 11 by 2, this is a point on y-axis. That's because its x-coordinate is 0. So the answer for this question is option B. 7 plus 4 sine theta is equal to 9. So 4 sine theta is equal to 9 minus 7. So sine theta is equal to 2 divided by 4, which is 1 by 2. So sine, this is possible only for sine 30 degrees. So theta is 30 degrees. So tan square theta minus this becomes secant square theta, because 1 by cos theta is secant theta, tan square theta minus secant square theta, which is minus 1, because secant square minus tan square is plus 1. Tan square minus secant square is minus 1. So the option C is correct. LCM is M, HCF is M and LCM is N. The value of, so we need to find the HCF. So 98 can be written as 7 square into 2 power 1. 28 can be written as 7 into 2 square. The highest common factor is the least power of common prime numbers. The common prime numbers are 7 and 2. The least powers are 7 power 1 and 2 power 1. So the highest common factor is 14. Least common multiple will be the highest power of each prime number. So 7, the highest power of 7 is 2. The highest power of 2 is 2. So the answer for this question will be 7 square 49. 49 into 4, which is 196. So we have HCF M is equal to 14 and N is equal to 196. So N minus 7M, which is equal to 196 minus 7 times of 14. So the answer will be 196 minus 98, which is 98. Which is 98. So the answer for this question will be option C. The tangents drawn at the extremities of the diameter are always. So if there is a diameter, the tangents drawn at the extremities are always parallel to each other. That's because it is going to be perpendicular from the center. This radius is perpendicular to the tangent. This radius is also perpendicular to here angles. So these two lines become parallel lines. So the answer is option A. In triangles ABC and DEF, angle B is equal to E. So what we are going to do is we are going to as per whatever is given. So B corresponds to E and F corresponds to C and AB is 3 times of, so it is given AB divided by DE is equal to 3 divided by 1. So B is equal to E and C is equal to, so if two corresponding angles are equal, so the triangles, both the triangles become automatically similar by AA similarity. So it is these two triangles are similar for sure. So we can eliminate those options which say that they're not similar. So we have eliminated option A and option C. So it can either be option B or option D. So here AB is equal to times of DE, which means there is a ratio of the sides, which means clearly the sides are not equal. The corresponding sides are not equal. If the corresponding sides had been equal, we can declare that the triangles are congruent. But since the corresponding sides, they are not equal, rather they have a ratio between them, so we can conclude that the triangles are just similar, not congruent. So we can rule out option B. Option B becomes the correct. Minus 1 power n plus minus 1 power 8 is equal to 0. So minus 1 power 8 is 1 plus 1. So 1 plus what makes it 0? So 1 plus minus 1 makes it 0. So this number has to be minus 1 power n has to be minus 1, which means n has to be any odd number. Is it in the option? Yes, it is option C. Two polynomials are shown in the graph below. The number of distinct zeros of both the polynomials is, we have a 0 here, we have a 0 here. There are only two possible zeros. So the number of distinct zeros of both the polynomials is, if the sum of first m terms of an AP is okay, so what we have to do is m is equal to 1. So we get S1, which is A, which is equal to 2 plus 3. So A is equal to 5. If m is equal to 2, we get a sum of the first two terms, which is A plus A2, which is equal to 2 times of 2 squared plus 3 times of 2, which is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 is 8 plus 6, which is 14. So S2 is equal to 14, which is A plus A2 is 14. We can conclude that A2 is equal to 9 because A is equal to 5. A2 has to be 9. Is it in the option? So it is. Mean and mode are given. So we have a relation between mean, median and mode. So mode is equal to 3 times of median minus 2 times of mean. We are asked the median value. So 3 times of median minus 2 times of mean value is 18x and the mode value is 15x. So 3 times of median is equal to 15x plus 36x, which is 51x. So which means median is some. So it is option C. A card is selected at random from a deck of 52 playing cards. The probability of it being a red face card. So read the question very carefully. It is red face card. So how many red face cards are there? So number of favorable. So in one, four face card, rather three face cards, right? Three face cards, which are king, queen, and jack. So three face cards. So red contains two sweets, which are heart and diamond. Okay, so two sweets which contain six face cards. So which means the number of favorable outcomes is 6. The required probability is 6 out of 52. So the probability would be 3 out of 26. Option D is the correct answer. Which of the following is a rational number between root 3 and 5? So we know that root 3 is 1.732 something. Root 5 is definitely going to be some value greater than 2. So it cannot be the first answer. Pi we know is 3.14. Again, this cannot be a possible answer because the answer that we are looking for. So it cannot, can it be, I'm sorry, this has to be a value less than 2. So 1 point, I'm sorry, this has to be a value something like 2 point, say 2.2 maybe, because 500, under 500, we have 484, which is the square. So if we take root of 5.00, under that you have root of 4.84, which is 2.2. So we're looking for a value something over 2.2, between 1.73 and 2.2. So it cannot be the first option A, it cannot be C option, it cannot be option B either, because 2.3, the square of 2.3 becomes 5.29. We're looking for a number under root 5. So it cannot be option B. We have eliminated 3 options. The correct option left is option D. If a sector of a circle has an area of 40 pi square units and a central angle of, so this is 72 degrees, theta divided by 360 degrees into pi r square, which is equal to 72 divided by 360 degrees into pi into, we don't know the answer, the area is given as 40 pi. So we can cancel pi and pi. This can be cancelled too, so it becomes 1 by 5. So r square is equal to 5 into 40, which is 200. So r square is 200, so r has to be square root of 200, which is 10 root 2. So the correct answer is option D. In the given figure, so PA is a tangent from an external point to the circle with center O. If POB is 115, APO is asked. This is 90 degrees. This angle should be 65 degrees because these two form a linear pair of angles. So this angle has to be 25 degrees. So angle APO is 25 degrees as per angle sum property. A kite is flying at a height of 150 meters above the ground. Okay. It is attached to a string length inclined. It is attached to a string which is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal. The length of the string is asked. So we need to find the length of the string which forms the hypotenuse. This is the opposite side. So we're going to use sine 30 degrees, which is equal to 150 divided by L. I'm going to keep this as L. Sine 30's value is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is equal to 150 divided by L. So L has to be 300. The string length has to be 300 meters, which is option B. 20 centimeter long is bent into the form of an arc of circle of radius 60 by pi the angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle is. So this given is the arc length, because the wire of 20 centimeter length, it has been bent in the form of an arc. So which means this is the arc length. We know the formula for arc length, which is theta by 360 into 2 pi r, which is 20. So radius we know here is 60 by pi. Theta, do we know? We don't know. Theta by 360, keep it as it is. That is equal to 20. So pi and pi can get cancelled. This becomes 3 times. So theta is equal to 360 degrees divided by 2 into 3 becomes 6. So the answer will be 60 degrees. Option B is the correct answer. Next come assertion and reason questions. The probability of selecting a number at random from the numbers 1 to 20. The probability of selecting a number at random from the numbers 1 to 20 cannot be 1. The probability of selecting one number from one of these numbers 1 to 20 is 1 by 20. So clearly the assertion is false. For any event E, if P of E is equal to 1, it is called a sure event. That's true, because the probability of any event, if it is 1, then it's a certain or a sure event. So this statement or this reason is true. So the correct option would be assertion is false, but the reason is true. So the correct answer would be option D rather. If we join the two hemispheres of same radius along their bases, then that's true. So it is like this. If you join two hemispheres of same radii, then you get a sphere. The total surface area of a sphere of radius r is 3 pi r square. That's false. The total surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. That's because you have 2 pi r square from the first hemisphere. You have 2 pi r hemisphere, and the circular portion which coincides in between, that gets hidden, which means that is not visible. That gets hidden when you attach these two hemispheres, which means the total surface area of the sphere becomes 4 pi r square. 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r square. It is 4 pi r square and not 3 pi r square. So clearly this is false. So the correct option would be assertion is true and reason is false. So option C is the correct answer. We'll move on to set 2. Question 1 we have already done. Question 2 we have already done. 3 numbers in AP have the sum. So we'll assume the 3 terms to be A plus D, and the previous term to be A minus D. So if you add these 3 terms, minus D and D get cancelled, equal to 30. So A becomes 10. So the correct answer is option B. An arc of circle is of length 5 pi centimeter. Sector it bounds as an area. So what we can do is, we have the arc length, we have the the sector's area. So I'm going to make a ratio between these two. So arc length divided by the area of the sector, that is given by theta by 360 into 2 pi r divided by theta by 360 into pi r square. So what we can do is we can cancel theta by 360 and theta by 360, pi and pi. We can cancel an r and an r. So arc length is given as pi divided by 20 pi, which is equal to 2 divided by r. So pi and pi get cancelled. So r is equal to 40 by 5, which is 8. So radius of the circle is 8 centimeter. So radius answer. Question 5, we have already done that. Question 6 is also already done. For question 7, alpha plus beta. So alpha plus, instead of alpha, why not have it as 2 beta? So in place of alpha, I'm going to substitute 2 beta plus beta is equal to 90. 3 beta is equal to 90 and beta is equal to 30 degrees. Cos square alpha. If beta is 30 degrees, alpha becomes twice beta, which is 60 degrees. So cos square alpha is cos square 60 degrees plus sine square beta, sine square 30 degrees, which is equal to cos square 60 is 1 by 4. Sine square 30 is also 1 by 4. So if you add these two, you'll get 1 by 2. So the answer is option B. A card is selected at random from a deck of 52 playing cards. We have done this question. Red face card. We have already done this. If alpha and beta, I think this question is option 10 is also already done. The answer for question 10 is -1, I suppose. Yes. Question 11 is already done. Question 12 is already done. If the length of a chord of a circle is equal to its radius, then the chord at the center is okay. So if the length of the chord, so let's say O is the center, AB is the chord. If these two are radii, if the radius is equal to the length of the chord, then it becomes an equilateral triangle. Then the angle subtended by the chord at the center is 60 degrees, because in an equilateral triangle, all angles are equal to 60 degrees. So option A, 60 is the answer. The greatest number which divides 70 and 125, leaving reminders 5 and 8 respectively. So since it leaves 5 as the remainder, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 5 from 70, it becomes 65. It leaves the remainder of 8, so I'm going to subtract 8 from 125, it becomes 117. So between 65 and 117, the greatest such number, which means highest common factor between 65 and 117, that is equal to 30. A ladder 14-meter long leans against a wall. A ladder 14-meter long leans against a wall. The foot of the ladder is 7 meters from the wall. Angle of elevation. So we need to find this theta. So cos theta, I'm using cos theta, not sin theta or tan theta. That is because the adjacent side and the hypotenuse are involved. So cos theta is equal to 7 divided by 14. Cos theta is equal to 1 by 2. This is possible only for theta being equal to 60 degrees. Question 16, we have already done that. Question 17 also, we have already done that. Question 18 also, we have already done that. Questions 19 and 20 also, we have already done. Third set, question number 1. So mode of the data is asked. So we know that mode is equal to 3 times the median minus 2 times the mean. So of the median is 9.6 minus 2 times of mean, which is 10.5. This is 21. 3 times of 9.6 is 28.88. So the answer should be 7.88. Or rather, it should have been it should have been 28.8. 7.8. So the answer should have been 7.8. So tan A cosecant A So tan A can be written as sine A divided by cos A, and you have cosecant A, which means these two get cancelled, so you will be left with secant A. Sine A divided by cos A, sine A into secant A is equal to sine A divided by cos A, it becomes tan A. So we can convert this whole expression as secant square A minus tan square A, that is equal to 1. Option B is the correct answer. Kite is flying at a height of 150 meters. We have already done this question in one of the previous sets. Question 4 is also already done. Question 6 is also already done. Question 8 is already done. Question 9 is already done. Question 10 we have already done. Question 11. Find the sum of the zeros. So it is minus b divided by a, which is minus of minus 7 divided by 5. So the answer is 7 by 5. Question 12 we have already done. Question 13 also we have already done. Question 14 we have already done. 15 we have already done. Question 16, the length of its radius is asked. Endpoints of the diameter. So what we can do is we can find the length of the diameter first, because the endpoints are given. From the diameter we can find the radius just by dividing by 2. So the diameter's length is equal to 2 minus of minus 3, which is 5 square, plus another 5 square, so which is equal to 5 root 2. So the radius becomes 5 root 2 divided by 2. So do we have a matching option? So option A is the correct answer. It cannot be D. That's because radius or diameter cannot be negative. Okay, length cannot be negative. So option D cannot be the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Question 17. The 11th term and the 13th term of an AP are 39 and 45. What is the common difference of the AP? So we can use the number line method here. So A11 and A13, these two terms are separated by 2D, which is equal to a numerical difference of 6. The numerical difference is 6, which means a card is drawn from a pack of 52 cards. What is the probability that the card drawn is a spade or a king? Okay. So in spade, you have a king inside it. So if it is either or, so it has to be a spade plus a probability of the number of favorable cards of a king, minus if there is any common cards. So spade, there are 13 cards. Kings, there are 4 cards. Or rather, there is just one king. Wait. Or 8. So king, there are 4 kings, right? Because we are picking a king, not just a spade. We are picking a king which can be, say, clubs, or it can be a heart king, or it can be a diamond king, or it can be a spade king. So it can be any of the 4 kings. So 13 of the spade cards plus 4 of the kings, which includes one common, the spade king. So don't get this answer. Okay, so this will be 13 plus 4, which is 17. 17 minus 1, which is 16, divided by 52. So the answer will be 16 divided by 52. So the answer should be. Question 19 we have already done. question 20 is also already done. So we have completed the MCQ of all three sets of class 10 CBSE 2025. If you have any queries, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer. Okay.